Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today I am going to show you 5 facts, or a couple of facts about retail forex trading brokers. I'm not going to name any of them by name except for one based on Wikipedia. I'm also going to give you 2 solutions, 2 brokers, not just one but 2, just to show you I don't work for either of these brokers, and just give you some facts you need to research to make sure you're staying profitable as a forex trader, specifically forex retail trading. Now, before we begin, let me just really highlight something that I'm really shocked that a lot of people are not aware of: the 90-90-90 rule. What does that mean? 90% of retail forex traders will not be profitable. That's 90% will lose 90% of their money within 90 days. Okay, that's the 99-90 rule. Now, first fact that you really need to be aware of: if this broker that you're using uses MetaTrader, I have no problem with the software, but it's just run away from any broker that uses it. The other big thing you need to really pay attention to is brokers that are based out of weird places like Cyprus or Caribbean. They're stepping outside of the regulation out of the States, in my case in Canada, or let's say England, or wherever you're based. You need to be really, really aware of these crappy brokers. Now, one fact a lot of people don't know is because brokers are usually losing so many clients because of the 99 rule, they have to spend about 30 to 50% of their profit on marketing to replenish the pool of the dumb money that retail clients lose because they just follow whatever charts and whatever other boneheaded methodologies they choose. But here's the facts: 5 methods that your broker, potentially your trading, specifically your retail trading broker, is screwing you so badly you don't even know. Okay, first fact: corrupt brokers will make a ton of money on the leverage that they provide you. So if you say you go in with 1%, they're going to give you something like some wonky ass 100 times, 200 times margin leverage. You obviously need to pony up when you are losing on that margin, okay? So they have a credit provider, a credit facility that allows them to take the bets on the other side if you do lose. So they're making money on that through the over-the-counter game. The bigger the better that you bet, the more you lose, the more they make money. So they're going to want to push as much trading on you so you can take on bigger bets, bigger risk, more frequent, and the more that they make. And don't forget, we're not even including the commission fees that they're charging you. So again, the more you lose, the higher the spread. They want you to take on more of that so that they're making more profit off of that. Now, the other thing that a lot of people do not realize is they want to promote the more liquid pairs, the popular pairs like the euro, US dollar, and all that. But let's face it, the volatility can be okay in those currency pairs, but the real volatility is going to be in the more exotic pairs. But they don't necessarily have to be more liquid. The point is that if you want to make money in forex trading, you've got to be where the volatile pairs are. And usually the more liquid they are, the more participants there are, and the more stable that spread's going to be, which means the volatility is not going to be there. So therefore that means they will hopefully want you to bet with higher leverage to take on, thinking that you're going to make more money based upon that leverage, even though the real money is in the volatility of pairs. So the higher liquid pairs is not where you really want to trade. Now, the other thing that a lot of people don't know is that the brokers are making money on financing turn, which is really the spread between their credit facility or the creditor and the amount that is then charged back to you as they take on that extra risk. Now, the other thing you got to ask yourself: why would they want to push this pit thing on you? A lot of the broker software pushes that on you. really a lot of the pros, the insiders, are using basis points and percentages so that they can fairly compare price movements between different trading pairs and currency pairs. And that's obviously including volatility. So really the brokers are going out of their way to kind of confuse you. Here's a challenge you need to ask yourself. Probably MetaTrader is the most popular. I just did this. I was looking for a MetaTrader indicator. So if I go MetaTrader BPS indicator, so I want some kind of indicator that's going to convert from pips to bits, basis points. These things don't even exist. People don't really seem to understand the importance of all I get is VPS. I don't want that. So let me just do a basis point. Now, I'm not a big, I'm sure something exists, but it doesn't seem to be all that popular where you can just go out and grab a MetaTrader basis point converter or something that can be displayed in MetaTrader. I don't know. I'm not, I don't use it, but I just want you to be aware of it. If you're a typical retail trader that is probably losing money where you don't even know. So as I said, the pros use the basis point. So the question is, when a lot of the brokers are going to promote all these exclusive and secretive strategies, they're always going to put promote the levels of pips that they move, and really they should be pushing everything in basis points. But again, that's how they do it. Now, a big fact that you need to really realize is you got to look for something called a carry, and more specifically is a rollover from your broker. Many people don't even know what this is. I'm not going to get into this, what it is, but because you're not knowing about it and you're kind of not understanding why you're losing money, and even though you may think you should be making money in your trading, a good reason why you are losing money or not profiting what you should be is because of this rollover. Now, something that you may and should be aware of it. As I said, I'm not going to get into it, but as I say, Google is your friend. Look that up. Okay? Now, if you don't believe me that some of these brokers are questionable, what I want to do is if you come into Wikipedia, look up FXCM, you will find some lawsuits that have gone on in like years and years and years ago where the CFTC basically sued FXCM from some wonky stuff. I'm not going to get into what they've done, but seriously, you really got to pay attention to this. And these guys are still in business, and with that kind of history, it's like if you know that you're going to take on a girlfriend that's basically known as a floozy, you want to do your background, and it's the same idea here. If you want to work with a broker that's got a bad history like this, I wouldn't want to work with them, but some may and may not. It's up to you. I don't know. I don't care, but that's totally up to you. Now, let's talk about potential solutions. Now, the two brokers that you should be aware of. The first one is LMAX. Now, when you come to LMAX here, look for neutral FX trading. That's a really big deal because they're not going to go out and do all this market making stuff, and it levels the playing field for all market participants. Okay, be aware of that. Check these guys out. They seem to have a decent reputation. When I looked at them, I haven't looked at them in years, but this is maybe one of the better advantages to trade with in and out of the UK. And as far as I know, they also now support US markets as well, which they never have before. The other broker you want to look for is probably a better broker is Interactive Brokers. You just look up forex trading, whatever. Here's some facts you should be aware of. Automatic overnight position rules, okay? Automatic overnight position rules for large positions, no commissions, and other charges for the service. Spot dealing rule prices are direct best quotes from our interbank partners. Research that. What did I say about this? Rollover. Look it up. Dude, really? You're probably losing money because of that. And these guys mention that in their marketing. Now here's another nice thing I do like about interactive brokers. These are all the cool currencies that they support. They support the ruble and some more volatile pairs. So do look into these guys, and here's some interesting facts that you should be aware of. Interactive brokers, 45% of their clientele that are on interactives are profitable. Okay, look at the other facts here. Only 30% on this one, and gain this one, and then this one. Okay, that's pretty good numbers, and these guys are not bad. But here's a better stat I can work with. And look at the size of these brokers as well. Still, interactive brokers is number one, biggest. The next biggest are our friends here. I don't know where they get their numbers from, but things you should be aware of. And I guess these are where their sources are. And I'm hoping you are going to pay attention to this, because if you are one of these guys here, the 90%, within 90% of the forex traders are going to lose 90% of their money in 90 days. You're probably using one of the other questionable brokers, but I'm trying to give you the facts that you need to be aware of. Another thing you need to be aware of, you need to automate your trading, because as I'm learning this stuff in the deep, as a human trader, it's kind of hard to really take on the daunting amount of tasks you take on as a forex trader, not using charts and historical patterns and all that garbage, because that's just what it is. And you will not be able to, you will end up, let me repeat, you will end up as one of these guys in the 90% traders who will lose 90% of your money in 90 days. Congratulations. I hope you're listening now.